Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the confusing thing about all of it to me is that, or at the time, was that I have no attraction to men, and I've never really been into transsexuals. But there was just something about her that I was just a really big turn on to me, and I still find her attractive. I mean, but she's married. I know her and her husband very well. Like I've kind of put it behind me as just like they're just my pals now.
If she broke up with her husband and called you, you would date her?
I'd give it a shot. I'd go out with her and see. I've never been down that road, and this is the crux of my 7-minute bit, which is I find her very attractive, but I've never been down that road. There are a lot of steps that lead up to sucking a cock, and I don't know what my tap out point might be. You know what I'm saying?
Like the tip?
Dude, I don't know. Could be the second I feel her boner pressed up against my boner, I might be like, "Fuck it, I'm out, bro. I can't do this."
Well, then you're not in love.
Well, I'm not.
My wife said to me on our first date, "If I had a penis, would you let me have sex with you?" And I said, "It's you. You're not like a transvestite. You were just born that way. This is the exact woman." Or I don't know how I phrased it, but I was like, it's not like a strap-on. It's like you're the exact beautiful woman in front of me, and you just happen to have a penis. And she said yes, and I went, yeah, I would let you have sex with me.
Right.
And she said I was the first guy to ever tell her that. Every other guy was like, I guess I'd give you a hand job. So like if you're in love with somebody, I think you really need to express to Bailey J that you would absolutely
I'm not really in love with her.
Oh.
I mean, I'm saying euphemistically, I'm in love with Bailey. I'm not really in love with her. I just think she's really hot, and she's very cool.
Yeah, but most listeners never trade paint with that thought. They never bump up against I'm not in love with the transvestite. I'm just saying, like, I'm in love with the transvestite.
Well, I mean, but who would think that... That's psychotic. After I watch a few porn clips, I go, I'm in love with this person. I'm speaking euphemistically.
That happens when people are in love with Justin Bieber, like little girls.
They're psychopaths. There's something wrong with these sick fucking animals out there. I'm not one of those people. No, I'm just. So let me renege my statement. I misspoke. I'm not in love with her literally.
Renip.
Jesus Christ. You see, that's dangerous humor that you're doing there.
Callbacks?
And I think that I think you should stay away from that. All right,
you're right.
I'm not in love with her, no. But I think she's super fucking hot, and I would absolutely go out with her and give it a shot and see what the fuck happens, But again, that's the bit. I don't know what my tap out is, And the whole bit is me going, it could go this way or this way. I might touch her cock and give it a test drive, just one stroke, just a quick. You know what I'm saying? And who knows? Maybe I react like I touched a hot stove and go, or maybe I say, maybe I say smooth, very nice. Maybe I put it in my mouth. Maybe I gag and I go, ugh, I had a dick in my mouth. I'm sick. Get me some scope. Get me some Dentine ice. Get me some scope with some Dentine ice in it.
Give me some Kodiak. Give me some Chaw.
Or maybe I gag like this.
Give me some Copenhagen.
You just stepped on the big punchline.
That was the big one?
Well, it's
making a noise? What are you, Michael Winslow? Or maybe the cops come by. Whoop, whoop, wee, whoop, whoop, whoop,
you asked me to start doing the bit. I'm doing the bit.
Yeah. I'm just trying to keep it conversational.
I
like how you keep telling the listener, all right, here's how the bit goes.
Well, because I don't like doing...
I'm mouthing to Joe, just do the bit.
I don't like doing bits and because I honestly, if any of your guys are O&A guys, they've heard this a zillion times.
Who gives a fuck? They're having a good time anyway.
No, I know. I'm not saying like I don't want to talk about it, but I'm saying like I don't want to be the guy going, look, I'm not doing a bit, but I'm doing a bit.
But that's what everyone else does on every show they ever do. That's the gag. That's the game. When you go on a morning radio show, is you got to figure out a way to get those bits out. You got to land that fucking plane. Find a runway in the course of the conversation where you put the plane down.
But I never do bits on O&A.
Maybe that's why you're not a popular guest.
Oh, please. But do you know what I mean, though? Like, do you, like, I understand.
First of all, stop yelling at me.
I'm not yelling.
Pretty loud.
I am loud. I'm a loud guy, but I'm not yelling. It's the intention. Here's
the thing. Let's go back to you blowing a transvestite. In my mind, I think I would just stare at the boobs the entire time.
While the cock was in your mouth?
Yeah, like it's almost like getting fucked by a centaur. like there's a guy's face over your shoulder. But when you look down, you see hooves, and you're like, oh my God, I'm getting fucked by this mythical beast. And there's just a guy with a fucking beard and a pan flute over your shoulder going, hey, you like how I'm sticking my centaur cock in you?
You focus on the hooves.
I look down at the hooves because there's just this mythical beast, this demon just fucking raping me in the way. Hey, what can I do? Well, I have no control over this.
Right,
what can
but
I
you
do?
feel safe if you pretend it's just a horse.
Yeah, but it's not even a horse. It's a centaur. It's like a mythical beast guy. You
No,
know what
I
I mean?
know. I
So
know.
like, if you're gonna get the tranny thing for yourself, I'm saying you're
Yes.
blowing. I think the way to approach it for me
Yes.
was if I'm blowing a tranny, it's just hits the ear very oddly.
Why?
I for myself,
Yeah?
personal.
I mean, they won't accept
think-
it at that church you go to.
I think they don't care if you love Christ. All are welcome, my man. Sign above the door says all are welcome.
What kind of church is it?
St. Monica's Catholic Church in
They
Santa
do
Monica,
not
California.
accept gays in that church.
You want me to bet me?
Practicing gays.
Would you like-
Catholicism does
you don't
not.
know. First, I have to cut you off because you're gonna make a fool of yourself because I had my priest on the podcast.
Really?
All are welcome.
What?
If you worship Christ, please come in this building and worship
Mm-hmm.
Christ. How do we go from trannies to Christ?
Love the
Listen,
sinner, not the sin. That's the philosophy of that. My dad's a deacon. I know what the Catholics believe.
your dad's Deacon Jones,
What's Deacon Jones?
defensive end, Los Angeles Rams, fearsome foursome, Hall of
Jeez.
Famer,
You know
head
I don't know
slap.
sports, kid.
I think if I was touching it like a hot stove, I would just stare at the boobs the entire time. So if it got to the point where it was in your mouth, you could just keep staring at the boobs, kind of jiggling around and go, well, obviously there's not a cock in my mouth because I'm staring at her boobs.
Right. Right.
And then look down at her hooves.
Right. I think I understand.
I think she needs to buy high heels that look like hooves for when you do finally hook up because it's inevitable.
We're not going to hook up. She's married, man. I'm telling you. She's out of the she's out of the city. She's married. I'm friends with her husband. I'm so friends with the two of them that if they did break up, I'd feel weird going out with her. It'd be like if I went out with your wife or you after
No,
a
it's
divorce.
not,
You see
Joe,
what I'm
because you
saying?
met a fucking porn star on Bobby Kelly's couch in his apartment for a podcast. It has nothing to do like in real life. Here's Jay. Here's his wife, Nick. Hey, what a nice couple. Jay and I are like best friends. They broke up. I can't go to his wife. I'm best friends with Jay. That's super awkward. I'll never be able to talk to Jay again. No. Hi, this is the transvestite with the podcast that's ranked ahead of ours. Ha ha, hi. I jerked off to you 14 times before we met. Oh, this is your husband? Well, I could never cross this guy.
Well,
Huge difference, Joe.
I don't think there's a difference. Friends are friends, and you don't cross friends. You don't cross friends. I mean, what's the all you're saying the difference is the certain. And I like what you're doing right now. I like what you're doing right now. It's good. It's working.
Finding runways? I'm finding runways for bits to
I'm
land them
having
in.
a great time with you right now.
You convincing you or me?
I'm convincing you.
I'm having a ball.
Are you
You're my
having a nice
friend. You're one of
time?
my best friends.
That you know what? When you said that a minute ago, I got a little fluttered. That touched me. I'm very serious. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. When you said the best friend thing, it touched me.
You are one of my best friends.
You're a close friend to me, and you're a dear friend.
Wow, you couldn't say best back.
Oh, well, I just didn't want to say, I wanted to say it different so it sounded like, so you know I meant it.
You're one of my best friends, and you're a close friend to me.
No. I wanted to say,
You creep.
I wanted to say it back in my own way so you knew that I meant it.
Why do you have Zappa Lives tattooed to your arm?
Do you want to finish this tranny talk?
Yeah, I do.
What was the last question you asked me?
It's not the same as
yeah.
you started dating Nikki Cox after we broke up because you and
Right.
I are like best friends. This is a transvestite porn person that you've masturbated to prior to meeting them.
But you know what?
And then you meet her and she goes, oh, by the way, this is my husband.
You know what? You're a comic that I used to watch on TV.
And you masturbated to me 14 times before we met.
I'd cream that fucking screen, dude.
All right, but just so I know which show.
It was usually your set from 2 drink minimum.
There you go.
But yeah, it was. I'm telling you, dude.
I like what you're doing right now.
See, you see, it's a back and forth. I was a fan of yours in a different way. I meet your family. It's like, okay, I'm friends with Jay and his family, and that's it. That's who they are now.
I'm not in the sex industry, Joe.
But it doesn't matter. Come on, that doesn't mean that you don't get the same respect outside. That's how I feel. You don't agree with me, but that's okay.
No, I can't say I don't agree with you because if it's how you feel, you can't disagree with someone's feelings.
Sure you can.
Well, that would make you insane.
Well, it's my opinion.
It's how you feel.
It's my opinion, not my feelings. It's my opinion.
I'm just saying there's a difference between meeting a porn star that you've jacked off to and then your buddy gets a divorce and you start tagging his wife. That's a big difference. Like, I couldn't do that to the
But he's my buddy. Do you see what I'm saying?
When was the last time you spoke?
Oh, dude, I text with him more than I text with her.
Why?
Because we're friends. That's how friendship works. We're friends. That's the part I think.
You don't think it's weird that you're friends with a guy that you've masturbated to his wife, and he knows you've masturbated to your wife because his wife is in a business that's in the masturbation business?
No. It's
what do you mean? How no?
Because that's like saying it's weird. It's weird that I gambled on your wife because she plays in the WNBA. Do you see what I'm saying? It's
that's the worst analogy in the world.
I just didn't want to
get out of here.
I just didn't want to go back to the comedy analogy again. I was trying to think of something else.
You met but
your wife.
But
makes
this guy
bowls.
this guy knows
Right.
that you have just pleasured yourself over and over to his wife, and all. You don't think in the back of his mind this guy knows?
Who said over and over?
You did.
I did not.
You
say
don't even
over.
know what you said. You put you with them. You don't even know what that means. All right,
Listen,
so now,
yeah, go ahead.
So you're not in love with her.
No, not in the sense of the true meaning of that phrase. Absolutely not.
But this is somebody that's on your radar. But you wouldn't date her if they broke up.
I don't think I would, no, because I'm friends with them as a husband and wife team. I don't know what else to say. Look, let's put it this way.
What's the husband's name?
Matt.
Let me give you some advice.
Yeah.
Lose his number.
Stop it, Jay. What's the matter with you? They're my friends.
All right.
And what I'm trying to say with the analogies of if a guy's wife sells pottery or blankets or whatever the fuck she does.
No analogy will work, Joe. We've been through this.
So you're telling me
it's a sex industry worker.
What if she retired from the sex industry?
You've watched her get.
But what if she retired from the sex?
Butt sexed.
But what if she retired from the sex industry? Excuse me, right?
Go on.
Cock. What if she retired from the sex industry? And then what? Because she did something one time at one point in her life.
One time? It was. All right, sorry.
But you know what I'm saying? She had a period in her life where she
career.
did something. So that means that for the rest of all time, the regular ethical rules of having friends that are married and then get divorced don't apply to them?
I think that's a decision a person makes before they go into porn. I think that's on the table all the time. Yes, you're not like the rest of us.
A lot of the porn she does is with her husband.
My fucking hero, Michael Madsen.
Right.
Oh, no, I guess it was Keitel.
They're in the car.
Here's... You and I were at Foxwoods together last year, and I asked you the entire trip. It was 48 hours when I asked you.
48.
Would you blow her? Would you blow? And you're like, I don't know. You know, it's like when you get on a roller coaster. You know, sometimes a roller coaster is too scary, but you don't know it. You wait in line. It looks fun. And then you're on the roller coaster, and then like a minute into the roller coaster, and I kept saying to you, there's no analogy, Joe. You're blowing a man with boobs. There's no roller coaster analogy. Hey, what if I touch it? It's like a hot stove. Hey, ha. No, you're holding a man's penis and putting it in you and all that. And hold on. This is good because people are really going to enjoy this story. People are going to enjoy this story.
But
we were in the men's room at Foxwoods, 2 o'clock in the morning. We just had prime rib at midnight. Do you remember this?
This
Frosty.
is my favorite memory that I ever had with you.
And Billy Hayes.
Yes.
We're in the men's room, and I'm like, Joe, just admit that if you went out on a date with her, you would blow her. And you said to me, would you? And I said, yes. If the reason I'm dating this person is because I at the time we were using the phrase in love, that's I don't care at that point. I'm in. If you're not going to do it then when?
Right.
Right? A beautiful woman with boobs and with a stick, sure.
Right.
All right, that's outside the men's room. We walk into the men's room. I tip Frosty's like, no. Billy Hayes is like, absolutely, bro.
Right.
We get in the men's room. Everyone has said their piece. You're still on the fence. And I go, Joe, and you go, look, loud, like in that echoey bathroom, echo loudness.
Yeah.
Empty, 1 a.m. I'd suck her dick. I'd let her fuck me in the ass. I'd jerk her off. I'd let her jerk me off. We